Hey everybody, welcome back to ArmaGuyz channel. Okay, so today I'm going to do something a little special. I'm going to be doing a live stream of the playtesting of a new space survival game called Hiraeth. This is a playtest. I want to go ahead and get that straight out of the gate. This is playtesting. This is not the full game. This is not a demo. This is basically a test bed to discover bugs and issues with what he has currently implemented. So, having said all that, I'm going to make sure that you guys see the screen as it is. I'll take away the camera, so I'm not going to be visible during all this because I want to be able to see the full screen. I want everybody to be able to see the full screen. Everything that's going to be happening during this stream is all going to be basically live, literally. I've played the training and I played coming out of the ship, and then that was it. So I don't have any experience in this game. I don't know anything about the game other than it's a space survival game. I've been doing my best to learn about it. I joined the Discord. I've been watching his YouTube videos, talking about it and explaining things. But on that note, now that the disclaimer's out of the way, my disclaimer, like I said, is in the description. I'm going to go ahead and get into it. So here we go. So I'm going to do the training to show you guys the training. I'm going to try to refrain from just kind of talking about random things and stuff like that. I'm just going to try to focus specifically on the gameplay.
Welcome to the training center at
Mention anything.
The center currently operates in automatic mode.
So this is Ara Prime, and it is, I believe, the island of Nassoi in the system. So I'm going to quickly run through this training thing as quickly as I possibly can so I can actually get to the gameplay. I'm not really sure what sanitation does. I haven't checked that yet. Eat this. Take this. So this is your backpack. I'm just going to explain things as I'm going through because if I sit and just let you read the screen and stuff like it'll take forever. So we have an air tank and a battery, and in order to progress to the next area, we'll need to connect those. So in the new setup here, you drop in this there, and you connect that battery there. We're now ready to move on and proceed to the next area. This is the Loyalty Smart Recycler. Basically, I don't really know what this does. It gives you points or something, but I don't really know what those loyalty points go for. Like I said, this is a very new game to me. I don't know very much about it. I played it yesterday for about 2 hours, trying to get this training done, and trying to figure a little bit out so that I wasn't a buffoon when I was playing. So what you need to understand is this is not a demo, this is not the full game. I'm play testing what he currently has available for people to play test. So bugs and stuff, I'm probably going to encounter bugs. I'm probably going to encounter things that will crash the game. So if the game crashes during stream, you need to understand that that could happen and it's expected. This is a playtest. So bear with me here, guys. If anything like that happens, I'll just reset and do what I can to get back to where I was. There is no saving and training that I've seen. So I just have to quickly do what is necessary to progress to the next stage. Fully fed and hydrated. We're going to deal with that now in the bags organizer. Typically, the first time I played through this, I grabbed a lot of stuff And when you're in this training thing, that's not really something you want to be doing. So sometimes escape works, and sometimes you have to click leave. At least I'm hydrated. And we're on to the next stage. Here's our medic pack. Our hazmat pack. Some additional medic packs. I'm not going to take those. Hold left shift or double shift to run by. So in order to grab things that are on the ground, you have to crouch. You can't just grab them while you're standing up, some of them. There's our trauma kit. I have to take the kitchen knife because I need to grab this. It's sort of like in some other games where you need a knife to cut up various materials. Keep in mind that everything right now, what you're seeing, could very well just be placeholder, and probably is. He's just trying to work on what he currently has in the game and build from there. So I'm going to take this one. I don't think we need the first aid again. There's a lot of extra materials and things like that that are there for you to grab if you want to grab them. But during the training, I would advise probably not to grab more than what you really need. You don't need to grab everything, you just need to kind of understand what it is, and that's the whole point behind it, is showing you these items and not so much you needing to pick up everything that you see. There's another hazmat, so we'll take this saw, bandage, trauma kit. I don't need all that. Water. So what I do is I'll eat them while they're on the shelf. I don't pick them up because I already have some extras for the other areas that I'm going to be in. Let me check stream and make sure everything's still working good. I'm not entirely sure that the stream is working right today. It looks like it may have hung up. Okay, I'm not sure why we're getting hangs in the stream. It is showing what I'm streaming. There's just a little bit of a delay and a little bit of lag. I'm not sure if that's a connection issue or what. Usually I have fairly decent internet, so I don't know what's going on there. I'm going to continue on. I didn't need to grab those extra painkillers. I don't really need the body stabilizer. Bandage. I'm gonna pick that one up. I swear I grabbed an extra bandage. I guess not. I'll go ahead and use this one. Okay, it appears my stream's catching up. I may have to change the resolution for this one at some point. This time around, I probably won't, but since the stream's already set up, I'd have to grab a new stream key to change the resolution for the stream. So we're not going to do that. I've already got a combat knife. I will take that duct tape to do that. So one of the things I'm curious about since the hotfix was added is if these still have weight. They do. But these are supposed to not have weight later on, and once you've read them, the additional one that you find will disappear after that. This is the plan. Wants us to sleep. And sleep. Nearly full. Okay, we're ready to progress to the next area. So you can charge your battery here. Mine is a little bit low. Free and ready, it says. So you can't grab it from out of here. What you gotta do is you gotta come in here and you go to the battery and you drag it over to unplug here. And once that's unplugged, you can plug something else in. I'll go ahead and charge this while I'm in here, since I have a couple things I need to do. The saw is basically the same hand saw that I saw in there. I don't really need that, so we're gonna break down the pallet as it suggests. This is just to kind of show you how you can break stuff down with tools. So that gives you polymers, and this over here I haven't even messed with. I'm not going to. I'm just gonna worry about getting to the training portion. So the reason why I didn't grab too much food and stuff is because you have to grab a bunch of parts to create the next part. This is a ferret. It's basically the laser pistol. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab that and take that. This is basically me playtesting. I'm not, that's what this is about. I'm not trying to teach you guys how to play. I'll mention some things and kind of explain how things are done, sure, but that's the reason why I'm not spending a whole lot of time letting you read and all that stuff. I'm trying to playtest, so I'm just checking, making sure everything works, get through the training, and then gonna go try survival out. So for this, you need this PCB, pack of LEDs, set of precision tools, at least 2 ribbon cables, small energy core, and the concentrator MK1. And I should be able to make that without that drill gun. I have to have that on me. Actually, I already have one on me. What am I talking about? So you go to crafting, go to the ferret, and then it gives you the checklist of items you need there. I'm crafting a laser gun. That's what this is. I'm not sure what that second one was about. I don't remember there being a second workup thing. Could just be me. Okay, so the power cells that I picked up, those are basically the magazines for this type of gun. I'll take the golden drops, sterile bandage, the kunai knife. I really don't need that necessarily, but I'm just gonna take it anyway. Any of this stuff in here? Not right now, anyway. Just checking to make sure I'm not forgetting anything here. This thing's broken right now. No loyalty points from that one. Unlock the door. You must have crafted a laser pistol in the inventory. Before we go out, I'm going to grab my battery. I don't really need that, but I'm just testing. So, yeah. Why do I have a separate dead battery in me? Something happened there. It's like it instantly drained the battery that I swapped it with. Like it gave the status of the drain to this battery. I'll go ahead and unplug it. You know, we've got a dead battery still. I'll put in a new battery. Unless I accidentally put a good battery on the battery charger, which I don't think so because it said charging. Could be wrong, but I'll know when I go back to the stream. So we'll check that, and I have a little notepad here to note anything that goes wrong. I can just quickly jot down the time it went wrong. So let's see. 1717. Probably 1615 or something like that. Possible battery issue. That's me bumping the mouse, sorry. Took battery and it was still dead. So, I was checking the stream health and it looks like it's still hung up. So I don't know if you guys are seeing this or not. Yeah, the stream's showing a continuously loading thing. I don't know if you guys are seeing that real time or not, but I'm going to continue on with what I'm doing here. So, need that. So what we're going to do here is take this guy out. So basically this laser gun is a semi-automatic. You just click every time the green light, you click again. Oh, he's gone. And use the kitchen knife to harvest. I don't know if the kitchen knife is faster or slower than the combat knife. Probably neither. But we'll see. I'll harvest it out. I'll holster my weapon. You know? We'll take 2 of these sticks. I don't think I need any more than that. So what I'm going to do now is raw slug steak is what we're going to do. These don't even need coal or anything. It's just a cooker, but it says illegal hot plate. Harmless worm. So this takes quite a bit to cook, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head back to the other room that I was in. I have literally no stamina at all. And I'm gonna rest while that sleeps, while that cooks. I'm gonna sleep while that cooks. Exhaustion is kaput. I'm just resting long enough to get that cooked. And the hot plate just heated up an hour later. Let's see. 112, it's almost burnt. We'll take this. Go ahead and eat that. See, it's raw, and then you have baked. I'm just trying to cap off my food. Drink the rest of that water. I like how these containers that you're eating, whatever you're eating or drinking, you can always have leftover of it. If you don't eat the full thing, it still gives you what's left of it to go. So we're basically full on thirst and drink, or full on thirst and hunger, and then we'll turn this hot plate off. It has an automatic shut off too for 10 minutes. Okay, so at this point, let's check this battery. It should be good now. We're a little low on that one. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this hockey. That's the one that's currently on us from having slept. So we'll unplug here. It's really easy to see that. A lot of people are having a hard time dragging over to the unplug here. It tells you in the instructions how to do it. You just put that there, and set this over here to that. Oh, that's great, man. That one charged quick. We're just gonna move on to the next area. We'll have a chance to sleep in the next area. They give you the option to drop stuff off here. I'm playing a new game coming out. It's this is a playtest, so it's probably be a while before it actually comes out. I opted into the playtest for it. I wanted to help with its development, so I volunteered on the theme for it after seeing it on another guy's YouTube. Cage848. I was watching his video and wanted to get in on this because I like survival style games. So that's what I'm doing right now. I can grab the screwdriver. That's done. Go to the next one. It's the training is basically just teaching you all the basic things you can do in the game, and how to repair stuff, and how to wear things, how to eat things, what things you eat while you're wearing the suit, what things you eat while you're not wearing the suit, or a helmet, I should say. So here's the emergency EVA injector. That's a must-have to go to the next area. Gonna quickly grab another one of these. I probably don't need another one, but I'll take one. And then here we have another EVA. And just making sure you have an EVA before you go to the next area. I think we already have this. Here is your helmet. This is a really important part. Put that helmet on. Grab that atmospheric weather module. I don't think you actually use the weather module and the atmo module in this training session. Let me see if we can. Did it give me anything new? Try the weather module. I don't think those are currently implemented. I don't think, because thermal shows even without that, I'm pretty sure. Suit tightness is only 92. So before we go on to the next area, they won't even let you into the airlock. Well, I shouldn't say they won't let you, but some areas you can't actually go to the next area unless your suit is fully tight. Don't really need that either, I'm just gonna take it. I think I've got everything I need in here. Should I recharge that battery? Probably not. I've got some extra batteries that I just recharged, so let's see. So we have to have battery and oxygen tank installed, visor closed, so that'll be my next step. Full health, no illnesses, fully sleeped and full, emergency EVA injector, equipment, make sure EVA suit is fully integral, and use tape. So this, give me just a second, I'm going to jot down a note here. Okay, I'm just taking notes to give to the developer here. So obviously we're not fully rested here. Let's see. I don't think you need to sleep a full 4 hours. It just wants you to sleep enough to get your fatigue back up. Eat again. So these bags with the little nipple on it, those are made to plug into your suit to eat while your visor's closed. So you can eat and drink through that. It's sort of like a gas mask if you think about it. And these MREs here are made to eat when your visor's open. So my visor's open, so I can eat one of that. And visor's open, so I'm going to drink. Let's drink that coffee. And one of these water. These waters give you a quarter of your thirst for the day. I think is what it says on the bottle there. Maybe not. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to take, we'll just leave these there. I like to take whatever I'm eating on currently, put it in my pocket, and whatever I'm drinking currently and put it in my pocket. So I finish that before I open anything new. It's a good habit to probably get into in training, so you don't make stupid mistakes like opening things that you really don't need to open when you're actually surviving. So I think we probably need to sleep again because the fatigue's still low. We'll do it for 4 hours. Battery's nearly kaput, but I am fully rested, so we will take this and drag it to unplug and plug in our new battery. Come over here. We really don't need to do this, but I'm going to for testing purposes. You can scrap this. You can scrap a lot of things. It's kind of surprising, some of the things you wouldn't think you could scrap. You can scrap. And these are your fuse boxes for these doors. They require a 10 amp fuse. They do give you a 3 amp fuse. I don't know what that goes to, but I'm gonna wait for this to charge. And I'm gonna go ahead and eat. And drink. Because we did sleep for another 2 or 3 hours, so. Battery charger is very quick. The oxygen regenerator is pretty slow. Luckily enough, in training, you have several tanks kind of throughout, but music is pretty nice. It definitely gives that mood. Okay, battery's done. Take that battery. And so to the next place, you have to have your visor closed. It gives you a little message, closing visor. Visor is now closed. And we open the door. That'll close on its own. I don't have to worry about all that. Like I said, you didn't really have to charge that battery, but I did anyway because I'm trying to test, so I'm testing things out, so I'm going to do a lot of things that seem redundant, but they're just for testing. So, air tank, battery, coal, battery. So they give you, like I said, they give you a lot of stuff that you're really not going to need in training. But it's just the whole point is introducing you to the objects, and I'll leave these storm matches there. Go ahead and eat one of these. Okay, I'm completely full. So here is the oxygen regenerator, and this thing does take quite a while. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test it, and take, so to unplug this, you drag again here, and then you want to quickly replug in the new one.
Low oxygen level.
Because you take health damage when your oxygen level goes low. And then, why did I do that? We'll grab this tank and throw it on here. And it'll give you an idea of about how long it takes to charge one of these. It's moving. It's just barely moving. So normally I would continue on, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into that room, and I'm going to rest or wait if it gives me the option to wait, and see how long that tank actually takes to recharge. And we had our visor closed here. We shouldn't have actually done that, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. I'm trying to test, so let's go see if that thing's done. And it's fully recharged. So we'll take that. I'll disconnect this tank. And what's interesting is it shows the item that is currently installed as if it's still in your inventory. I don't think it should do that. I'm taking a note. I think it would make more sense that if the item is connected to you, connected to the suit, it probably shouldn't stay in the bag. Okay, so what we'll do is disconnect this one now and put in the new air tank. So you grab here, take it to unplug. Why did it do that? That might have been my own fault. Okay, so now we've got to recharge those two things. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the air tank charger again. I'll put that in there. We'll go back to the other room. Check what my food and water is. We're good. And then I'll close that. And then we'll put this battery, which is currently installed. We'll unplug it. Plug that battery back in. And put this new one on the charger here. The one that I was using. And then what I'll do is I'll open the visor. So we're not using needlessly air from the tanks. And I'm going to wait an hour while that tank recharges. I don't know if an hour is long enough because that one was pretty depleted. Not sleep. Actually, we might sleep. Because the fatigue is kind of low. We'll grab this one back. Turn the visor back on. Open this door here. And it's still not done. So I need probably another hour of charging. Yeah, it's going to take an hour or two. It may not actually be recharging. It's possible that it's just not recharging the tank. We're going to find out. I'm going to sleep. After I eat. Eat the rest of that donut. Grab some water. I'm grabbing stuff from the inventory instead of clicking over here because I'm just trying to hurry up and cap that off. So we have lung damage. Lung damage is because when we were switching the tanks, which in my opinion, I don't think you should get damage while you're swapping a tank. I think you should be able to hold your breath for about 30 seconds to a minute, long enough for you to swap your tank. I'm gonna make a note of that. So it's a minimal amount of lung damage, and I get the whole point is that you should not be changing tanks when you're outdoors. However, I believe more than likely you're going to have to change your tanks when you're outdoors. So let's go check on our tank. I don't know if we can get through this door still or not with lung damage. Yeah, it's still not done. It is charging, it's just taking forever. So we'll go back in there. It's not going to take you guys, when you're doing this training, it's not going to take you this long. You don't need to do all this if you're just playing to play, to have fun. But I'm playing to help him test the game, so that's the reason why I'm doing it. Sounds like it's still charging. I can still hear it charging over there. I'm gonna go check it though. Visor's open. Whoops. I slept with my visor closed. So it's almost completely done now. It is done. Okay. But that's how long it takes to recharge your air tank. So, what I'm thinking realistically is you'll probably have to have 3 of these. Because you'll need the one that's on you, provided you're indoors, and then you'll be using another one while that other one's charging for your outdoor activities and such. So I don't know, maybe 2 sufficient. Now look, this one's already halfway depleted. Because I slept with the air for those hours. Alright. I'm gonna swap these real quick. Yeah, so I'm taking lung damage and no health damage, just lung damage, I think, when I'm swapping tanks. I don't think it should be immediate lung damage like that, especially when you're indoors. But then again, I mean, I'm sure none of this is permanent. It's all just kind of being tested as is. So I'm going to test this 12-hour battery. That backpack's empty. So I can put extra stuff if I want. I can put that in that backpack. And then it gives you this option to grab that sports rifle magazine. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to head down the ladder though. So we got these knee guards. I'm going to go ahead and take. It's really not going to matter if I take these or not. I'm going to just do it anyway because I'm testing it. So, item rejected. Let me stand up. We've got an outfit, and we'll install the. I think it's. So now I've got heavy gloves on my character. Knees. Helmet there. Now I should be able to take this. Still have too much weight on me. So what I can do is grab one of these chests and just throw some stuff in the chest, like the atmospheric module. I don't really need that right now. Don't really need the body stabilizer or the crowbar anymore. So now we should be able to pick this up. Open this and put it on. Now Now we have the tactical vest on too. I wish you could click him to turn him. I'd like to be able to see the front and back, like to twist the character. I think that'd be pretty cool, but I'm sure that'll probably be in a later version there. And then there should be crampons in here somewhere. I'm looking for them. Got heavy boots, and they also have crampons. Legs guards. So you can have these two. I can grab that. Grab the crampons. They have the heavy boots. I don't know what the heavy boots do. I'm just gonna put all this on real quick. Did I grab? I don't think I did. I think it's too much weight. I can't even grab the crampons. So we'll throw this stake in here. Is that a precision tool since we're done at the workbench? Already built the ferret. Need that. That should give us enough. So now I'll take the crampons on my feet and I'll walk around with them for a second. I don't really know what the crampons do. I'm assuming they probably give you more traction on various surfaces. I'm going to take these off and then I'm going to try on the heavy boots. So this is a little tricky. You can't take anything off sometimes. Like the last time when I was trying to take stuff off, I couldn't take anything off with unplug here until I started at the bottom and dragged over and took off. I'm going to take these off. We'll put these heavy boots on. It won't fit. It's a little heavier than those crampons, so we'll throw something else in the chest. Weather module. That's installed. Well, we're not going to be using the laser pistol anymore, so we'll put that in there. I don't plan on being using these painkillers or this hacksaw again for the duration of the training. So we can try on the boots now. And then heavy boots. I like how he calls it foots. Foots. And so in this room they've got a critter. And rifles are kind of tricky. So you can only pick up one rifle and one pistol. If you want to pick up a different rifle, you have to throw your current rifle down. I think this one's already loaded, so I'll just go ahead and shoot this critter. The gun sounds awesome. I really like them. So this was the... Oh yeah, I forgot about the turret. Oops. I'd like to be able to peek corners with Q and E, but this isn't really that kind of a game. Ammo left in this, I gotta go over here. Some support rifle ammo. Let's check out these. Reloading animations in first person are not bad at all. I like them. Right, let's shoot this thing again. That's what I want, right there. So it was dead already. I just wanted to see if it had, like, respawned in some manner or something and wasn't able to be damaged. So when I hit Q to throw this gun down, it'll probably not land on the table. It's going to land on the floor. Not Q, backspace. Say, backspace throws it down on the floor. What's cool though is look at that. It's even got the bipod on it. Like these guns are really nice. All the blood everywhere. So you can get these carcasses, and then you... I'm sure he'll change the sound of harvesting spiders from ripping fabric, but you get a spider silk gland. I don't know what those are for. I'll go ahead and pick it up. I'm going to have to put it back down anyway. It doesn't really matter. But I'm going to try out this gun anyway. So we'll throw down the one that we currently have. Oh, we don't have one. So the drum magazine's for the shotgun. The shotgun's over there, so I'll try out this gun now. And if you notice, it's got recoil. You can see he doesn't have a single animation for the ejector. If you look, the shell, it doesn't always go out the same area. It changes. It's also got different color sights on these. And what would be pretty cool is if you could change your sights. Say you like the sights on this one and you wanted to put them on this one, you could equip them on this gun. That would be cool if later on he does like attachments where you can change your attachments for the gun. So anyway, this one's out of ammo. I'm gonna throw this down. The backspace. And we're gonna grab the fun one. I like this one. And we'll use the drum magazine. And so this actually has bullet drop. If you fire back over above him, it's going to hit on him. You have to actually hold in order to hit what you're aiming at. So like if I hold here, if I want to hit here, I have to hold up here. So if I want to hit that spider, I got to hold about here. It's pretty cool. So let's see. And then he's got more mags over here. You can just have a field day on this range. It's pretty nice. SMG mags. And then he's got also not just SMG, but he's also got subsonic for the suppressor. And I think this is the one I think that's suppressed, the SMG. SMG SO is what I think it's called. So I'll throw this down. And we'll grab a mag of SMG. Here's the SMG subsonic. We'll load that. I better fix my bleeding. We grabbed another bandage, I think. Or we did not. Okay, there it is.
Warning. If I switch...
Low oxygen level.
Warning.
Check
If
the
I
cylinder connection or replace it
Warning.
with a full
If I
round.
switch head... Warning. If I switch head damage detected. Oxygen consumption is increased. Warning. If I switch head damage detected. Oxygen consumption is increased.
I think I've got a suit leak.
Warning. If I switch head damage detected. Oxygen consumption is
There we go.
increased.
That ought to take care of that.
Warning. If I switch head damage detected. Oxygen consumption is increased.
Pain, fracture.
Warning.
Yeah.
If I switch head damage detected. Oxygen consumption is increased. Warning. If I switch head damage detected. Oxygen consumption is increased.
I think what I'm going to do here is unplug this. Excuse me. And
Low
unplug.
oxygen level. Check
Plug
the
this
cylinder
back in
connection
and
or
see
replace it with a full...
Warning. If
See
I
if it
switch
stops.
head damage detected. Oxygen consumption is increased. Warning. If I switch head damage detected. Oxygen consumption is increased.
You got to keep your eye on your suit tightness. But
Warning. If I switch head damage detected. Oxygen consumption is increased. Warning. If
let's
I
go
switch head
to
damage
a
detected.
enclosed
Oxygen
area.
consumption is increased. Warning. EVA suit shell damage detected. Oxygen consumption is increased. Warning. EVA suit shell damage detected. Oxygen consumption is increased. Warning. EVA suit shell damage detected. Oxygen consumption is increased.
I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'm gonna hold back for a
Warning.
second.
EVA suit shell damage detected. Oxygen consumption is increased. Warning. EVA suit shell damage detected. Oxygen consumption
I thought it was
is
gonna stop
increased.
when we changed the air tanks, but
Warning. EVA suit
think
shell
it's,
damage detected. Oxygen consumption
maybe one of the
is
mechanics are
increased.
broken on the suit. Because it shouldn't say that when you
EVA
swap
suit
the air
shell
tank,
damage
but I'm gonna
detected.
re-swap the air tank.
Oxygen consumption is increased.
See if that stops.
Warning. EVA suit shell damage detected. Oxygen consumption is increased.
I'm gonna
Warning. EVA suit
use
shell
one of
damage
these
detected. Oxygen consumption is increased.
trauma things and see what I can get.
Warning. EVA suit shell damage detected. Oxygen
These have 10
consumption
uses.
is increased.
I haven't encountered this,
Warning.
so I don't
EVA
know.
suit shell damage detected. Oxygen consumption is increased.
EVA suit something.
Warning. EVA suit shell damage detected. Oxygen consumption is
EVA
increased.
suit shell damage detected.
Warning. EVA suit shell damage detected. Oxygen
that's what she's
consumption is
saying.
increased.
My suit tightness is
Warning.
100%.
EVA suit shell damage detected. Oxygen consumption is increased.
Suit tightness 100, so it's just bugging out.
Warning. EVA suit shell damage detected. Oxygen consumption
That's not a problem.
is
I'm going to
increased.
continue on.